Card games like these are more than just games, they're competitive. Some people think they're just for kids, but there's another world of card gaming out there, just like what we're doing here. Some people like to play for fun, some people like to play competitively, which most of us like to do. Some people even play in competitions to win cash prizes.
I'm Sean Bartlett and I run for the committee of the Game Society for Derby University. I look after the social side of things, so I make sure people are happy, they're not stressed out, they've got enough people to play with. It's quite simple, but it's the underlying stuff can be quite tough. I guess before I came here, I was interested in the idea. I mean, I'd not played any of the games specifically that these people play, but previously, before coming here, I looked online. They had a good web page. I got in touch with some of them, and 1 year later, I'm actually trying to run the damn thing. So, it seems to be going well for me. We have a tournament coming up called Nationals where various different unis and different people compete in various different games. So I'll be representing the university for Magic, which is like a card game that's been around for God knows how, like more than 20 years. And it's a good thing to get into because, I mean, competitive sport is something that I always enjoy, but a game like Magic is it's a casual competitive sort of thing. You get certain people that play for several $1,000s a year. They have serious like investment in the game. Like we get people sponsoring them, like paying them just to play this game. And from a layman's standpoint, it's nothing. Like you just see people playing and think, oh, that's just a game. But to some people up in the top, it's like poker. The way they act, the way they have like no facial expression, and it's literally for people battling monsters against monsters. It's quite a bizarre setup, but it's good that it does have a competitive side, because I think that any game that can run a casual and a competitive side to it has a lot more inclusivity. And I'm not saying that as in you need to be able to make sure everyone's involved, but everyone can sort of dictate their own level of play. They can choose how much they want to invest, how much they want to play it, how much they want to discuss it. Like we do that all the time here. So, but yeah, it all depends on the kind of person you are, the kind of goals you want to achieve, and if you do want to take it to a professional level where you want to earn money, there is the possibility to do that. You've just got to work hard, and much like any sport, just work hard and keep practicing. We are pretty popular. I mean, last year we were the largest non-academic society in the university, so we've never had like issues with membership. Of course, making sure people stay on is the biggest challenge that any society is going to face. It's making sure that you keep your events relevant enough, keep them inclusive enough. You have to make sure that you have a certain amount of things that people can do, because if people feel left out, they won't want to come. That's just basic human need. So we try to keep things like fresh, try to mix things up a bit, get people involved in certain events. We try to do at least 2 major events a year. So we have one coming up called Uplink, where we'll get more people than we actually have in our society involved. We'll make sure they can come in, just play some games. Some of us will be running them. I'll be looking after certain sides of it. And it's always good because it's at the SU. You get drinks, you get food. It's a nice atmosphere to do. And I think that's the most important part of any society, is you just want to make sure that you don't feel left out in a group, if you know what I mean. We have absolutely loads of games here, board games. Card games can range from Yu-Gi-Oh to Magic, Netrunner we've had, Pokemon, we've had Vanguard in some cases. Such a huge variety of them, and the nice thing is we do try to make workshops for people, where what we'll do is because obviously some people will be far more heavier collectors than others, we'll get people to bring their collections in, maybe make decks for people, let them try it out, let them experience what the game is, and if they like it, we just let them keep what they've got, because you always have to start somewhere in these kind of things.
Hi guys, what are you playing?
Smash Up.
Very competitive game?
No.
Don't really know.
No, it's kind of competitive. I mean, there's only
Competitive
one
but casual.
player. There's only one winner, but it's kind of casual.
You wouldn't see it played in major tournaments of money though. Not that competitive. This is just a standard ball game you'd buy off the shelf in a toy shop.
So you're playing it for more for fun than for everyone?
Yeah. You wouldn't see this played competitively at all.
Right. Nothing to the same as these.
We are playing Magic the Gathering, which is a card game which has been around for 25 years, and this is played hugely competitively at massive levels for huge amounts of money. So it is a very competitive game because it's one-on-one, one winner, big tournaments.
Playing it for competitive reasons now, or are you just playing it for fun?
Just playing it for fun now, but do play it for competitive reasons sometimes. Not at the level the highest level, but sometimes I do play it competitively. Yeah. I'm Harry, part of the Gaming Society, and I play Magic the Gathering. It's kind of the only card game that I play. It's probably the biggest card game out there by far, and it's the oldest as well, and most popular probably. Personally, I play for fun. I do play competitively a little bit, but not hugely. I know quite a lot of people who do play competitively, and there are people who play really, really competitively for money, and that's their living. So it can be played hugely competitively if you want to. Just playing in general was, me and my friends all just picked it up a few years ago, and that's why we started. The competitive play was just the natural progression of the game. You play with your friends and then you go, well, I quite like what I'm doing, I like this deck that I'm playing, why don't I play it against some other people and see how good my deck is? And it just kind of goes from there. You keep going and you go to bigger things, you go to bigger tournaments, and it's a kind of enjoyment thing. I play competitively because I enjoy the excitement of playing competitively. It's not for the prizes or whatever, it's just because I enjoy doing it, I enjoy playing the game.
My name is Asa Newmarch, and I got into competitive card games by specifically it's for Yu-Gi-Oh, where I just ended up buying random packs because I used to play it when I was younger, and I was just seeing how the game had changed, and then I kept buying packs, so one day I thought, you know what, I'm going to get back into it, and then from there I started looking into the competitive side because it gave a more interesting vibe to it.
What inspired you to get into more competitive gaming?
Just the fact that with casual play, after a while it can get a bit boring. With tournaments and stuff, there's more at stake, and it pushes you to gives you more motivation to win a game.
Where did it all start, and what got you interested?
Been playing Yu-Gi-Oh since I was younger, but then I stopped for a bit, and then I ended up buying packs of it for the new sets to see how the game has changed. And then one day I thought, just to get back into the game, and coincidentally it's during a format where it was one deck ruling the entire meta, but that didn't stop me because to be fair with me now, I kind of play some competitive decks, mainly just because I like the art on the cards and such.
Have you won anything when playing competitively, and what was it?
My biggest achievement from playing competitively was at a regionals I entered in Dudley back in January. I came 13th out of 54 people, and I was actually tied for 7th place.
Why do you like playing competitively?
Mainly just because it gives you more interesting edge to it rather than playing casually, where it's a lot of the stuff is really easy, so you have more challenge to it and you have to think even more carefully about what you're doing, because if you misplay it could mess up your entire chance of winning that round.
I'm Keith Brown. I'm currently training to become a level 1 judge for the Magic the Gathering trading card game. I've been playing for about 6-7 years now, and even though there are people who've been playing a shorter time than me, they can be much better because this makes how people pick up the game. So I personally don't view myself as a very good player, but I still know the rules quite rather well. In terms of how to get into the competitive side of things, I've got into I go to many tournaments that I find nearby. Since I came to Derby, there's been an explosion in more groups doing Magic. When I first started here, there was one in Nottingham, one in Beeston, and one in Burton. There's now, in addition to those, one in Derby, one in Ripley, and I swear there's another 2 in Nottingham itself. I still go to the same group purely because I've got friends there, but in other places in the country, because I'm originally from Cumbria, there's only one place, and that's in Workington, an hour's train ride away. Or when I was in one place in Oxford, there was one just in the centre of town, so it depends on where you live to what group you get. Groups polarised wherever they are, but they're running different things, different etiquettes, different ways they run tournaments. But well, for example, in Workington, in where my group in Cumbria, they run anything every Saturday, be it casual or something a bit more so. But they never really go that high in competitiveness. And people will go to the more Wizards of the Coast, the makers of Magic, the bigger tournaments they organise, if they want to go some more. Whereas in Nottingham, they do a bit more higher level stuff. I just helped judge what's known as a pre-Pro Tour qualifier last weekend. Or in Oxford, they did this thing called the Tri-Counties Cup, which was a great big, call it a club competition between clubs in the three local counties. Milton Keynes have apparently won it again, but while I was there, I helped get Oxford into the winning position last time.